If you haven't noticed, the heat map is greener than green with Bitcoin now above 24,000. XRP and XLM are making a rally as well. Is the crypto market ignoring bad CPI data that just came out? Was retail sales data enough to get rid of junk inflation? Let's explore. We'll start it off with the heat map today. Bitcoin 24,079 up 8.3% last 24 hours. ETH 1649 up 5.7. XRP right at that 40 cent mark, everyone, at 5.24. And XLM right now sitting at 8.8 up 3% last 24 hours. So what in the F word is going on? We had horrible CPI data from the United States. We had still super high CPI inflation data from the UK. But why is the market green? Well, it's green because of US retail sales. We're right now in this tug of war dynamic with different macros going on. And I've got US retail sales up on the screen. Why? Because as always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. US retail sales were up 3%, beating expectations by a large amount. Not only were sales up 3%, but negated 2 months in a row of negative declining sales action. All right, so now what's going on with sales? What's going on with CPI data? First things first, CPI data was rough. Market was like, ooh, we don't like this. That means Jerome Powell and the Fed are going to have to jack up rates more, right? But then US retail sales data comes in and they're like, yo, the American consumer is spending more. Maybe there aren't recession fears down the road with all these rate hikes from Jerome Powell and the Fed. If we look at XRP, XLM, you're going to see massive rallies happening on this action. Look at this candlestick right here. That's today, February 15th. You can see that we've gone from a low of 37.7 to 40 cents. Right now, we just broke it, everyone, up above 40 cents. Good news here for XRP. That's a healthy move just based on US retail sales. Now, mind you, this move here also is happening despite bad CPI data, despite the SEC coming out and going after crypto even further, despite Kraken getting taxed, despite the SEC coming out today to vote 4-1 on increasing custodial rules of digital assets. Full market assault, and XRP does not care price-wise. Retail sales are making it look juicy. In fact, the same thing can be said with XLM, but XLM is just under that 9 cent mark that we would like it to be. Now here, take a look. I have it broken down just a little bit differently here. You can see this Bitcoin move. Look at these two strong moves here from Bitcoin. This was the initial reaction of the sales data. This is the reaction right now that we've seen in this last hour. We have seen Bitcoin go from 23.2 up to now over 24,000 in the last hour. For me, this is hard to believe. I'm having a tough time believing that this action here is going to stick with how bad CPI data has been and with how bad SEC actions against crypto has been. But the market is proving me wrong, and a lot of us are sitting here thinking, yo, this is a bull trap potentially. So when we start looking at XRP, when we start looking at XLM, we're like, okay, it's very low volume that's making this happen, all right? Very, very low volume that's making this happen. But it's still green on the way up, and if you see all the tickers on the right-hand side here, you see those ticker symbols are green as well. So retail sales, the macro action of that is now fighting the action from the Fed, the inflation, right? Raising the rates to combat inflation. The market right now, global market is telling us that we are worrying less about what the Fed can do and thinking more about global spending in the future. Remember, the majority of crypto is fueled by retail money. So if retail spending is up, the crypto market is thinking, hey, wait a minute, that means we might not be going into a depression, recession action at all, and that we might be able to spend our way out of this. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been following macros like crazy now for over the last year, and U.S. retail sales jumped out and shocked all of us. We had 2 months in a row of declining U.S. retail sales. Then out of nowhere, we blow the expectations out of the water and negate the previous 2 months' negative action. U.S. retail sales right now are telling the world, specifically by looking at the heat map, that guess what? What is happening with Jerome Powell and the Fed is bad with them constantly jacking up rates. But sales, retail-wise, are not slowing down. And remember, crypto is fueled with retail money. Bitcoin above that 40,000 mark, XRP above 40 cents. The market is rallying despite Jerome Powell and the Fed and other central banks out there having to constantly jack up rates to fight inflation. Crazy stuff this is happening. Now, bull trap, that's my guess. That is honestly my guess right now, because there's no way, if you would ask me, Klaus, after the last CPI data, would we be rallying? Oh, I also didn't think the U.S. retail sales would have propped up too, but they did. 3%, that's a lot. Bull trap is exactly what this is looking like. Low volume. You've got one good report here that's outdoing how many bad CPI data reports from not just the United States. UK had a rough CPI data report as well. I don't know, everyone. Let me know in the comments below if you think this is a bull trap, or is this the rally continuing despite global economic macro conditions? Now, what I do outside of crypto, that's this right here. It's what I do to keep my head straight when all this craziness happens and things just don't make sense. Now, if you want more information on XRP Xlm, that's this video right here. Until more news breaks and things start making sense, I'm going to chill out a little bit. You cool cats, have a great rest of your day.